We have reunited the greater German Empire under the blonde beast himself, Heydrich. It's going to be pretty much a reign of terror for everyone involved, including ourselves. There's not much we can do about that. Let's train up a couple of, maybe a 12 stack of helicopters. We need a lot more. And, oh no, do we need to? Yep, we need to restore all of this. Great. It's one of my least favorite things. Anti-air equipment. Improved anti-tank equipment. Sure, why not? Some basic ass artillery. Anything else we need? Main battle tank chassis. The thing is, I'm not really planning on using any tanks. I'm gonna use helicopters and infantry. Some attack helicopters, and where are the transport helicopters? Yeah. And other than that, some fighters, some CAS, some TAC, and some strategic boys. That should be enough, right? Now let's get to the orders from the top. Without the support of Führer Himmler, we would never have been able to achieve our borderline's miraculous victory. And as such, we must obey whatever he deems fit to demand of us. How long will we keep that up, though? I wonder. Oh, we do want air assault in here. We don't want medevac. I think this is what I want. Yeah. Can we transform these ones into the new air assaults? Which one is it that I made? This is more or less what I want to use. I'll name them to the Heli Boys. We need a lot of anti-tank. Oh, we need a lot of everything, man. Whoops. Like a lot of everything. Mostly a lot of helicopter stuff. I guess we can refill their reserves. Himmler now may make requests of us. It would be advisable to fulfill them. We await the requests of him. Can I just not kill him instead? I am now the big boy, after all. Oh, how about Africa? Can I help out in there? I cannot involve myself, sadly, with Africa. How long had it been since Erhard Milch had been in Germania? Long enough that he had almost forgotten what it looked like. He stood beneath the great neoclassical buildings of the new city. The enduring columns supporting simple, honest designs, stripped of decadent ornaments, and felt a strange sadness overcome him. He was home, for the first time in a long time, but each step he walked filled him with a greater sorrow, knowing that he would soon have to leave, and that he might never return again. When Milch walked, he felt the weight of age on his joints, his limbs. He wondered how long he had left in him, and what state he would leave Madagascar when he went. Still, in his twilight years, Erhard Milch was given one last hurrah. Germany welcomed him with a return befitting a hero, a parade through the Brandenburg Gate, a round of flattering media coverage in the Reich's state media, culminating in a speech given by Reinhard Heydrich himself in the Volkshalle. With German control secured on the island, the Führer bestowed upon the old marshal a great honor, the first Reichskommissar of Madagascar. Milch took the platform and addressed the thousands before him. Germany had given him a script, but he didn't mind reciting it. He accepted whatever had to be done to secure this reward. At the end, Reinhard Heydrich gave him a symbol of office and offered his hand. And as Milch accepted his hand, Reinhard Heydrich pulled him close and whispered, "There's eyes on you and your island. We still remember all the questions about your blood. Don't fuck this up or I'll reopen them myself." Milch kept smiling, but he could keep the fear away from his eyes. We are the good guys, by the way. Definitely. Activity has died down throughout most of Germany, but in Pomerania has intensified drastically. Our forces in Gau-Pommern face constant harassment, ambushes, and raids. On a few occasions, our forces have brought PGD-1s to open battle. The outcome has proven no better. Despite being cut off from major sources of supplies, they have supplemented their reserves by pillaging our own supplies and being as conservative as possible. The result of open battle tends to be that our unit suffers heavy casualties on initial contact, then holds position to await reinforcements. While doing so, PGD-1's forces slip away, making gains at our expense alone. Crackdowns did not work. As anticipated, the populace believes that they are protected from us by PGD-1. Okay. Are we gonna have another rebellion? Whoops. It is my sincere wish to serve God and Poland with the whole of my life, to give my willing help to other people, and to obey the guide and scout law. Bukowski listened as the German pledged the Polish scout oath. The DPSG had no oath of their own, so the German members of the network had defaulted to using the Polish one as their code before meetings. Speak freely, friend. The German was a younger man, and Casimir silently reflected on the bravery of his parents to raise such a young rebel. It It was one thing to risk your life for the people that were not your own, but to raise a child willing to do so in the midst of so much Nazi hatred in his schools and streets was remarkable. The young German, clearly somewhat frazzled, began to speak. With the victory of Heydrich, many things have changed in Germany. The German Civil War has robbed the SS of the ability to maintain control over the overstretched Reich, including Danzig. I think that with proper preparations we could make a move, sir. He had friends in the Polish resistance, people he had known from his youth, and a few he had seen in his camps. He could contact them for aid. They had risen up while Germany was distracted. Was it so wild, he thought? So implausible for his own network to do the same? You have done well. When all of Europe is free, I will see a medal for you, friend. We need some more oil refiners because we barely have any oil production. Oh, and the demands will begin soon. Germania was an ever-changing city, Heydrich thought. He stood in one of 1,000 streets in the world's greatest city and stared into the stone-cold face of Hans Speidel. The statue had been torn down less than 20 minutes prior, one of the exactly 47 monuments torn down in that city that day, when one of his men came running in through the still settling dust, carefully maneuvering his way through several of his commanders before giving his new Führer a sharp salute. My Führer. I tried holding them off, but they wouldn't listen. The man struggled to swallow, his discipline seeming to fail under Heydrich's emotionless stare. Burgundian men, sir. They just landed at the Reichstag, sent on Himmler's order to see you. We did not know. Heydrich stared at him for a few more seconds before raising his eyes to the rooftops. Past the milling SS men and the smoke and the rooftops and towards the towering Volkshalle a few miles away. Does good news come on the eastern winds? We'll see. Heil Himmler. Heil mein Führer. Grothmann shouted above the helicopter with a proud salute, which Heydrich returned in kind. You could tell immediately that Grothmann was searching for a reaction to the order of names, but if he wanted one, then he'd have been disappointed. Heydrich was above the petty politics and the ambitions of his junior officers. Grothmann folded his hands behind his back and looked to the Reichstag. I come to offer you my congratulations, my Führer. Herr Himmler has decided that you are to be informed of several things. Welcome to the inner circle. I've been instructed to observe you while you read the plans and to assist you in the next few days. For the betterment of the Aryan race, for the future of the Reich, for the victory of the Übermensch over the degenerates, action must be taken to ensure the failures of the past cannot prevent the victories of the future. Yeah, essentially we're trying to blow up the whole world. When do we begin? It's been 7 hours later when Heydrich's day ended. 30 hours of observing demolition projects, construction projects, raids, negotiations, blah 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 blah, and he was finally alone. He had managed to take around 14 or 13 steps. Who even cared anymore? When he retched on the floor, his good Spartanist dinner stained the carpet as he desperately tried to keep his breath. He was careful not to make too much noise, even as he vomited, especially as he stared at the mess on the floor. God forbid a maid's loose tongue land him against the wall while Grothmann shouts fire. When he finished toweling up the carpet and cleaning his uniform, he walked to the closest window and stared out from just behind the curtains to watch the helicopter fly in and out with their supplies. He forced his breath even, forced himself to think analytically. He solved problems. It's what they did. It's what he had always done. When he'd been nearly homeless so many decades ago, when he'd been asked to find a solution to Europe's degenerate problem, when he'd been ordered to arrest his Führer in the 50s, he found his way through things. It's what he did, damn it. But how is he ever going to stop Himmler? How would he save the world? Degenerates and all. Okay, we're gonna go against him now. Duck and cover. Unbelievable. Heydrich ran his hands through his hair. Massive increases to the nuclear stockpiles. More investments into Burgundy. More bizarre and costly were the orders to create a new bunker complexes throughout the nation. Before his very eyes, the plan was coming to fruition. Himmler was preparing for the beginning of the end. Heydrich stopped pacing and sat down in the otherwise empty office. Time was running out. A loud ding startled Heydrich. The clock in his office had just struck 11. 1 hour from 12. How very ominous indeed. We must begin working on bunker constructions and building up our nuclear stockpile, or there may be dire consequences. We have 540 days. Okay. So do we actually have to do it this way? Maybe make 1 or 2? Put them at the top of the queue? Oh no, we don't. So maximize our arsenal. We can delete those 2 then. The bunkers are 1% complete. Okay, we definitely need to focus on the bunkers as well. So after this, I'll go and focus on the bunkers first. This is going to be a short-ass campaign. I hope we can stop Himmler. A Spartan's vice. Sitting alone in his office late at night, Heinrich cursed himself for opening the liquor bottle. It was a foolish endeavor, and dangerous as well. If the German people were to learn of his betrayal of Spartanism, they would surely doubt the convictions of their Führer. If Himmler knew, he would know that Heinrich's heart was already set against him, and any hope of stopping his demented schemes would be dashed. And yet Himmler remained away in Danzig, furthering his own directives in pursuit of his grand plan. Who could he trust to aid him? That was a difficult question indeed. Himmler's plans were insane, yes, but Himmler's men were loyal to a fault. They had been chosen not for skill, but because they believed in Himmler's vision. Heinrich had believed in that vision once as well, until Grothman had shown him the horror of it all. Now, he was not so certain. He would tell a member of his inner circle first, to be certain that these thoughts were not unique to him. It would have to be Böhler, Dalquin, Frank or Gill. He did not trust the others who would not run to Himmler. But who would see the truth and the need to act upon it? He thought at once of Böhler, a committed National Socialist, as devoted to the New World Order as any man Heinrich had ever known. But Heinrich knew that Böhler had served on the Commission of National Socialist Literature for a long time. Furthermore, he knew it brought Böhler joy to collect all sorts of books, pursuing knowledge wherever he could find it. With all the undiscovered writings scattered across the world, Heinrich could not see the man ever consenting to see it all destroyed. Get me Böhler now. We will stop that madman. Oh, we can strengthen supply chain. Sure. Böhler carefully examined the report, taking a great deal of time to read through it all. More than once, Heinrich caught him rereading a particular page. The Führer's hand remained pressed against the handle of a desk drawer, where he had stowed away a pistol before arranging the meeting. If Böhler betrayed him, or if Böhler proved unable to do what was required of him, he would need to be disposed of immediately. Already he was beginning to see signs of what he thought might be a sign of distress on Böhler's face. If he gave even a hint of a reaction, then it was a mistake to have trusted him. Heinrich's thoughts again returned to the pistol. Anyone could ruin it all with a single word or a glance out of place. Stopping the plan had to come first, and if Böhler proved to be a hindrance, Heinrich had brought the weapon for a reason. Seemingly finished reading, Böhler looked up at Heinrich, his eyes wide and his brows creased in worrying confusion. My Führer, what is this document? Heinrich was on his feet in an instant. Shut your mouth, he hissed, leaning over the bespectacled man with a look of utter loathing in his eyes. If Himmler catches even a hint of this, we'll both be dead men. But no chance of stopping this. That is, I do not have you shot first for such incompetence. This changes nothing for you. You will act, speak, and think as you normally do until such time as your Führer gives your orders to do so. Is that clear? Yes, my Führer. Heinrich could see in his eyes that there was still a state of panic, but at the very least, he was exerting some amount of self-restraint. You are dismissed. We will talk more of this when you have regained your wits. Heinrich glanced at the drawer, unopened, and felt a pang of disgust with himself. He had grown weak. Let's improve the bunker designs as well, make it more efficiently. The quality is superb of the bunkers. In that case, speed it up. Böhler had gathered the others in Dalquin's office, where he had expected a few people would be lingering about. Any meeting in Heinrich's office risked an eavesdropping guard or some self-important official storming in to demand a meeting with the Führer. Himmler's dogs were becoming even bolder, even as Heinrich subtly worked against him at every turn. Thankfully, Himmler was still unaware. Yet Himmler's plan is interesting, Frank muttered nervously. Heinrich scowled, a lapdog as always. Frank was too much of a coward to state the true opinion that his tensed and blotted face betrayed. Dalquin looked utterly shaken as well, though he kept his mouth shut. Among his ministers, only Gill fully maintained his composure, looking calmly to Heinrich for his next order. Gentlemen, Böhler turned to the men who had just, whether they knew it or not, joined a small cabal of Germans still willing to resist Himmler. Your Führer needs your help against those who would see the Aryan race rendered decadent. This is a matter that requires the utmost secrecy from each of you. The survival of the Reich will depend on it. You should be aware of what needs to be done. If you want to uphold the truth of National Socialism, you will find your instructions printed inside. Follow them to the letter. If you have a question, read them again and set a light when finished. Each man nodded, setting out to accomplish the tasks given, and Heinrich felt in control. Work the people to the bone as well. I think it's speeding up just fine now, the SS bunkers. Heydrich hoped that Gil's trust in these men was not misplaced. He felt uneasy around them. The SS military, of course, were men he knew well. Heydrich even respected some of them. Gil's contact in the Heer, however, seemed to make a mockery of National Socialism, especially Spartanism. Almost all were fat, and one had been so bold as to offer Heydrich a cigarette. Gil and Bühler were doing most of the talking, something that the Führer was thankful for. They spoke at length about how Himmler's planned to bring the ruin to the Reich and how Heydrich needed their help to save National Socialism. They did not mention anything about Himmler's true plans at Heydrich's request. These men did not seem to require that knowledge to be convinced. They were trying to work with traitors. They were not men who had seen the madness hiding behind Himmler's veneer of brilliance, but men who seemed to be willing to reject that brilliance at face value. These men did not care for anything that was right in the world, for what benefited themselves. How could he justify working with them, even for the survival of the world? Heydrich was lost in deep thought about this, having lost track of the long-winded conversation. "My Führer, are you alright?" Heydrich dismissed him with a wave and an annoyed glare that had only served to draw attention to it. As Gil and Bühler resumed their pleas, Heydrich stared at the now crushed cigarette in his hand. Its mark still throbbed against his leg. He'd accepted it without a thought, when a year ago he would have instantly thrown it out to the ground and ordered these officers shot. Who was Heydrich to doubt the integrity of others, when he had been rejecting the Spartan way for weeks? The Berserker insurgency. With the pacification of Germania complete, the SS units have spread across the country to ensure peace and order for outside the capital as well. One such nuisance was rapidly found in the Berserkers, though. They broke free. Children of Spartacus? The Polish are breaking free. It's that guy. Okay. Now we have possibilities to deal with them, apparently. I don't see him yet, but sure they'll come in at some point. Here they are. We can deal with them now. Let's deal with the pitiful slaves, I guess. The Reichsführer has not moved for some time. Trouble ran deep in his mind, spurring the fangs of doubt to gnaw at his once concrete certainty. Heydrich was not amiable, as he used to be. The distance between them had waned to become a largely professional relationship a decade prior, but even by that measure, Heydrich was unusually distant. Himmler tapped an idle finger against the diary resting in his lap, unopened and blank, for the first time in years. Perhaps it was mere humanity weighing Heydrich down. The duty of great men was always burdensome, doubly so when it violated all moral norms. Setting those obstacles aside was the sacrifice that had both chosen to make in order to solve the Jewish question, that no further generation of Aryans would be oppressed of or have the vengeance visited upon them. The new plan, the final solution for all the world's evils, was no different. So where was Heydrich's iron resolve? Was Heydrich stalling for something? He couldn't possibly. Himmler's tapping finger froze. The thought was unbidden, absurd even. Was it possible? On the outside, Germania appears whole, but on the inside, battle lines are being drawn. Uh-oh. Another civil war, yippee! Whoopsie. Well, it's more like a colder civil war, I guess. And are they fighting each other? Freistaat Preußen. Why are they looking the way that they are? Report progress to Himmler, please. Chaos everywhere. Today begins the real war. Get to the armory, maybe? Hans Speidel dies. No. The SS Civil War. Approximately 16 hours after citizens of Germania were first turned away from their trains on one early morning in Germania, the streets once more fell silent. "How dare you?" Grothmann shouted as he was dragged out from the basement of a small store where several of his men had been cornered and killed minutes ago, their blood still warm around Heydrich's boot soles. "He's going to have you killed, Heydrich, you madman. Once you're dead, he'll have me killed too for not seeing this sooner. You've doomed us both." "Yes, I have," he said. Then he swiped the neck with a finger. A moment later, a gunshot proceeded, with the thumping noise of Grothmann hitting the ground. Where would he begin? May the strong survive. Okay. Germany is in control of 22% of those missile stockpiles. Burgundy also 22%. And 55% of the missiles are currently uncontrolled. One's Himmler leaning. Okay. Nouvelle État Français. What the hell? Okay. There's too many Frances. But what do we do now? We can dispatch a rescue mission for Neuschwabenland. Sure. And establish a new administration. Not that it really matters, but the game begins. Now what? We unlock a decisions category to influence factions of the Shattered Reich. Oh yeah, Hans Speidel is dead, so we can't really use him, sadly. With the Reich fractured and the world at the brink, debt and debtors have become meaningless. Yet again, with the moon hanging high over Germania, Heinrich found himself in the command center, staring down at the butchered map of the Reich laid out on the operations desk. It was reckoned to be complete now, but that didn't make it any more pleasant to behold. What would Hitler have said of the situation? For a moment, Heinrich entertained himself with an image of the Führer in his prime. Germany, motherland of us all, beset by treason, he would have bellowed. Yet our flame remains undiminished. The fire of the great Germanic race. Those inheritors of Alexander, Caesar, and Charlemagne, it cannot be extinguished by the encroaching darkness, no matter how many brave souls perish in its defense. The image faded, however, as reality crept back in. Hitler was long dead, that incarnation of him even more so. Germany's paragon had aged so rapidly after the attempted SS coup that it shocked even Heinrich. Physically, he had never been impressive, not even Aryan-looking, but he had sparked the fire of National Socialism and led his people to greatness. How could he have been anything but Aryan? Yet, Heinrich had to admit, it was a disquieting thought. Was that how he would end his days too, withered and fragile, without even the strength to raise his own arm in salute? He thought of another Hitler again, one who had never come to be, but certainly could have. A Hitler screaming in undignified frustration, castigating his generals for their failure as the British, French, and Bolsheviks closed on Berlin. Heinrich thought of the old man's fury turning upon him, demanding to know why he, the perfect Aryan, had failed, while the servants of Jewry and Bolshevism waxed strong over Germany's ruin. Imagine living in that kind of timeline. That would have been so weird, huh? The Grell's Gambit, okay. How do we influence people? He snuffed out his 18th cigarette of the night and immediately lit another, struggling for a moment with the lighter and almost dropping it from trembling fingers. Heinrich had names: Monke, de la Maziere, de Grell, Eike, Fegelein, and many more besides. Traitors in many ways, he supposed. Hitler certainly wouldn't approve of this factionalism, would he? He'd always played his subordinates against one another. But Himmler had maintained the line that the SS was an independent and undivided entity. How long had that been a lie for? Since the formation of Burgundy? Or longer? Even then, the split weren't against the leadership. These small petty men vying for power, they were just doing what the NSDAP had always done under Hitler. Power grabs wherever they could be made. Two-faced diplomacy and paranoia. All for the sake of career advancement. Darwinism in a political sphere. What became of racial unity? It was never there, brother. It was never there. I think we need to do the careful balance of trust. New options will be, yeah. I want to be able to exert influence, man. Just like old times. Yeah, let's try and integrate at least the Freikorps. Or Preußen. Oh no, they're heavily Himmler leaning. Monke has been a problem for long enough. If he will not heed reason or kneel to his fear, then it's clear what must be done. So we're gonna kill him. Sure. But is that... I'm guessing that's this guy, right? I do not know who that was, but I'm pretty sure I killed him. Eyes on Österreich. Yeah, sure. Let's try and get them in. We'll also redirect SS communications again. Click this button as well, right? Provide industrial aid. Encourage intelligence operations again. We're close to annexing the Ostmark. Redirect communications again. We can declare war? Well, doesn't seem like we can. Not at the moment. Increase loyalty some more, please. We're so close to integrating them, right? Oh, there we go. We're so close. After this one, encourage intelligence cooperation, we'll be able to annex Austria. Or maybe not. Thought we would have. Can declare war on Nuremberg. I don't think I will be doing that, because I can't really get to them. There we go. Annex. That's finally one down. I think we're kind of behind on Burgundy. Thank you. They also give me troops, funnily enough. Oh, Emil Maurice has been captured. Whoops. Cut off Burgundians some more in here. We're so close to annexing another piece. Decisively. No. Well, actually, maybe I will decisively do it. Send reliable advisors. Yes. Then into the fold. This will decisively increase. I'll press this. I think one more press for the Heilige Pflicht, and then we'll be able to annex them. How's it looking? Could be better, could be worse. Go, press this, and then annex Heilige Pflicht. Perfect. We annexed them. Perfect. Perfect. And then this guy also has a... Yeah, they also have a rocket. Send reliable advisors in here, and annex this guy as well. Look at that. Some trucks. How cute. Oh, Posen becomes loyalist to us? Nice. We arrived in Posen last night. The operation went off without many complications, and the administration across House's Kommando Stab has been usurped by loyal members of the Deutsche SS and Waffen SS. Nice. Which brings them slightly closer again. And this greatly increases loyalty to Heydrich and the Schwarzen Bande. Click this, and annexed another dude. And here we're getting closer as well. Send in insurgents. The news of Hermann Fegelein. Yeah. Fegelein is a rat and a cunning one at that. His image as a dashing cavalryman may be invented. He's skilled, nobly able to fight back after all. But that doesn't matter. Truth is subjective, and in this era of mass media, something he has proven with the torrent of slanderous propaganda being spewed at the Fuhrer from his offices. Hell yeah. Nice, we got another one under our control. We're getting so many troops as well. While we're at it. Cut communication lines again. Send in SS advisors. Oh, they have 4 of the bombs now. Approach Dönitz. See what's up. Oh, they will become... Yeah. Reclaim the fleet, please. I don't want them to be neutral. This greatly increases their loyalty as well. Bringing us to... a high number. Get all of these, please. Give him 10 million? I don't think so. Just fast-track fuel shipments instead. We're so close to reintegrating Deutsche Notstandregierung. Press this as well, just because we can. The sooner we finish all of this, the better. There we go. Reintegration of another piece of land. Unternehmen Menander Summary. We can seize this opportunity and get into Pakistan, apparently. Provide training. Yeah. There we go. How many units can I send in, though, is the question. Well, first off, arm the slaves. Then have a look at the Dominion of Pakistan. I'm gonna send 4. Delete a couple of these dudes, eh? And send in my 4 airplanes with Otocom. They got a great name. We cannot send any airplanes, though, sadly. Oh well. Provide material aid. In here as well. In here as well. We're getting somewhere. We can actually integrate these dudes if we have enough political power. I'll wait a couple of days. Oh, our troops have arrived. Where are they? There they are. Reintegrate them. Perfect. Nice. That one's dead. Keep going further. Damn it, people are getting more loyal to Himmler. That's not great. How's it looking these days? We got 3, they got 4 though. Okay, we are pushing in hard. Look at that. Another one bites the dust forever. Let's go open for business. Integrate some more lands. This one's close. Let's click this. This one also. Sure. Another revolt. Oh, sure. Reorganize the army. Yeah, why not? We'll take both of them. Have we only had victory so far? Oh no, total defeat in Africa. But we never got the opportunity to move in there. Appeal to the Galen. Yeah. 333. Okay. It's going well. Ish. And some more Indian troops dead forever. Oh, Deutsches Reich? What? I guess that's one of... Yeah, that's these dudes in here. Let's press this button, and then we are able to annex them. As soon as we have political power. Right, India is getting cleaned up. Let's get some allies abroad, eh? Finally, after all this time. Oh, Liberation Day, we've annexed another motherfucker. Hey, the Swiss Confederacy is here. I did not notice. Were they there all the time already? We have 4 of the nukes as well. If I get to New Delhi, huh? Will that destroy them completely? Reassert our influence. Oh, we can destroy the Polish Home Army. Okay. I don't know how strong they are, but I can go after them. Sure. Well, there we go. We can actually core this. Increase their loyalty. And continue on. Some more beautiful, beautiful encirclements, eh? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Now that we are at war, we can no longer help them with our boys. That makes sense. Well, we're moving in regardless. Don't worry, buddy. We'll send more dudes into Pakistan as soon as we're ready. We just need to finish off this war real quick with the Polish. Caucasian joins the anti-Himmlerites. Okay. Oh, Ostland is the Himmler loyalist, though. Oh, interesting. We can also declare war on the Netherlands. Interestingly enough. There we go. We got Poland. Oh, we have control over 5 of the nukes? Oh, no. Pakistan is losing again. Looks like I'm sending my dudes again. The English give in and send us whatever we want. We can bypass the children of Spartacus. We don't need them. We can bypass this one. Bypass this one. And okay, these ones can all be bypassed. There's no need. Goddamn, all that progress that we made for Pakistan, undone. Oh, they've arrived at least. How's the war looking, actually? I want to see. Come on. They lost 1 million men. Mostly thanks to yours truly. But they keep building more and more. Oh, we can reintegrate another one. Perfect, as soon as we get the political power. There we go. There we go. That would be what? 3 units dead now. And another what? 3 units dead forever. Goodbye. Oh, look at that. We got all the way down there. I'm gonna clean up these dudes. Go to New Delhi as well. Oh, we got New Delhi now. Nice. Keep getting like a bunch of important VPs, please. There we go. Pakistan won the independence war. They should join us now. Just in time for us to hopefully jump into the Colombia War. We did not prepare for that properly, but who cares? We got our hands full right now anyway. For a second, I thought somehow Pakistan declared war on us, but no. It's our volunteers that are coming back. Woo! Pakistan joins the anti-Himmler coalition, of course, as they should. Oh, we're so close to reintegrating Freistaat Preußen. We can do a trip to Den Haag. Actually, yeah, I think I will. Actually, never mind, because they're Himmler loyalists. Actually, never mind. We can do that, because the units will disembark near Amsterdam, which will hopefully allow us to walk in. Let's go to Rotterdam, which will hopefully have oh no, we don't have a coastline yet. I forgot we're still working on that. We're close. Hell, we might have enough with this. With these 2 units. I pretty much fucked it up. It'll be fine. There you go. Click this. And now we'll be able to annex Freistaat Preußen. Now we just wait. They have a supply hub in here. Yeah, I think I need to hold these 2 tiles. So that when I do annex that motherfucker, our boys can actually properly walk in. Oh, this one. There's another one that we could annex sometime soon. Annex Preußen first. There we go. Our boys are moving in now. So more dudes got annexed and we get more boys. Very happy about that. As I say, 50 more political power, I'll be able to annex these motherfuckers too. But our boys, yeah, to just move in now. Annex this guy now. Good. The Netherlands are about to be ours as well. Thank you. They've joined the anti-Himmlerite boys now. But there's more? Oh yeah. The final focus we can take. What? Oranjestad Burgund annexed a bunch of dudes. Damn it. Can I also declare war on people, please? Damn it, I was too late. The Deutsches Reich. And this is a Himmlerite as well. It's not great. Oh, Freikorps Berserkers are going after these dudes. I kind of want Freikorps Berserkers to win. But doesn't seem to be working. We got our heli boys. Can we make more? There you go. Another nice little 36 stack. To deal with the Reichskommissariat Ostland maybe. Or the former Berserkers. But with this, I think the front lines are pretty much solidified. And we'll have to face the enemy in one final showdown. But that will be for the next time. As I've been recording for quite a while, another 3 hours. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Hopefully I'll see you next time. And hopefully you have a nice day. Bye-bye.